Are you tired of wondering where your money disappears every month? What if one simple rule could be the difference between building wealth or living in debt forever? In this video, we're breaking down the 50-30-20th rule, how the wealthy use it, how most people mess it up, and how you can use it to unlock financial freedom starting today. Stick around, because this isn't just budgeting advice. This is your blueprint to escape the paycheck to paycheck cycle for good. What separates people who build lasting wealth from those drowning in debt? It's not just income. It's not even investing. It's how they manage their cash flow, day in and day out. And that's where the 50-30-20th rule comes in. At first glance, it seems simple. But this rule is one of the most powerful financial frameworks ever created, and depending on how you use it, it can either unlock your financial freedom, or quietly lead you into a trap of lifestyle inflation and debt. Let's break it down. Checkmark. What is the 50-30-20th rule? The 50-30-20th rule is a budgeting method that divides your after-tax income into three core buckets. 50% needs, essentials like rent, utilities, food, insurance. 30% wants, lifestyle choices, dining out, entertainment, shopping, vacations. 20% savings, financial growth, savings, debt repayments, investing. It's simple. It's clean. And most importantly, it creates a system. But why is it so effective? Magnifying glass. Why this rule works for the wealthy people don't just save what's left after spending. They spend what's left after saving and investing. And that's exactly what the 50-30-20th rule forces you to do. Here's why it's powerful. It prioritizes saving and investing, not just budgeting. It sets boundaries for lifestyle spending. It ensures you live below your means, not at or above them. It makes your money work for you, automatically. You're not relying on willpower. You're relying on a system. And that's how the wealthy operate. Warning: where most people go wrong. The 50-30-20th rule isn't magic. In fact, if misused, it can backfire. Mistake number 1. Misclassifying wants as needs. That gym membership? It's not a need. Neither is that $300 monthly car payment for a car you can't afford. Mistake number 2. Spending the full 30% on wants, even when in debt. If you're carrying credit card debt, every dollar in that 30% is a dollar not used to buy back your freedom. Mistake number 3. Applying the rule to gross income instead of net. Always calculate based on your after-tax income. Otherwise, the math doesn't work. And here's the most dangerous mistake of all. Mistake number 4. Treating it as a rigid rule, not a flexible system. If you're in a high-cost city or on a low income, you might need to start with a 60-20-20 or even 70-20-10 split. That's okay, as long as you're tracking, adjusting, and moving toward balance. Flying money. The real wealth secret. Expanding the 20%. Here's where the game changes. The wealthy don't just follow the 50-30-20th rule. They optimize it. They shrink their wants, or even their needs, so they can push more money into the 20% wealth building zone. Because every extra dollar in that 20% goes toward paying off high-interest debt, building an emergency fund, investing in cash-flowing assets, funding retirement accounts, creating financial freedom. If your 20% becomes 30%, then 40%, compounding kicks in. And that's when financial independence becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Brain. The psychological edge. Budgeting is often viewed as restrictive. But the 50-30-20th rule gives you freedom within boundaries. You're allowed to spend on wants, guilt-free, because it's already budgeted. That means no more constant money anxiety or surprise credit card bills. The rule also helps reduce decision fatigue. You don't have to constantly ask yourself, can I afford this? You just look at your buckets. That's how you take control of your finances without obsessing over every penny. Bar graph. How to automate the 50-30-20th rule. Here's how you can set it up like the wealthy do, automatically. Split your paycheck into 3 separate accounts. 1 for needs, bills, food, rent. 1 for wants, fun money, travel, leisure. 1 for savings, investing. Set auto transfers on payday. Needs account. 50% wants account. 30% wealth account. 20% use separate cards for each. That way, you never overspend in the wrong category. Now your money is managed before you even touch it, just like how the top 1% operate. Abacus real-life example: let's say you make $3,000 per month after tax. $1,500, 50%, goes to rent, food, transportation, insurance. $900, 30%, goes to restaurants, Netflix, clothing, hobbies. $600, 20%, goes to savings, debt payoff, or investments. Now imagine doing that every month for 10 years, with raises, bonuses, and compound interest added in. It's not about getting rich overnight. It's about building financial momentum that becomes unstoppable. Prohibited. What happens if you ignore this rule? If you spend 70% on needs, 25% on wants, and only 5% on savings, you're on a fast track to living paycheck to paycheck forever. Or worse, relying on debt to survive. That's why mastering this rule isn't just about budgeting, it's about survival, wealth, and peace of mind. It's not just a rule, it's a mindset. The 50-30-20 rule is more than numbers. It's a way to reclaim control, reduce stress, and make your money serve you. It teaches you that every dollar has a job, and the more you assign to wealth building, the sooner you escape financial dependence. Master this rule, and you master the foundation of financial freedom. Ignore it, and risk a lifetime of chasing money instead of owning it. If this video helped shift your money mindset, hit that like button and subscribe for more wealth building strategies every week. Drop a comment below. What's your current split between needs, wants, and savings? Remember, it's not about how much you make, it's about how you manage what you keep. Master the system, and financial freedom is only a matter of time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.